All right. Welcome back, Tactical Hive. It's Door, Dutch, and some friends. Today, we're gonna go over Man CQB. So stand by.
Before we get started, today's video is brought to us by Dry Fire Mag. We use Dry Fire Mag in our Striker Fire pistols. Highly recommend it. Dry fire training is very important. There's quite a bit in the tactical space that you can do within the realm of dry fire. You can do it at home. Draw the curtains, don't swat yourself. Check out the link below, and don't forget to use promo code TACHIVE at checkout, and you will get $10 off.
Yes.
Well, let's get to the video.
All right, now that we paid the bills, it's time to get to work. So we're just going to discuss Man CQB and the responsibilities of those men as they conduct that CQB in the structure. So come on with us. Let's get it on. All right, so you see our guys are here at the doorway in the stack. We have 3 guys here. I'm going to be the 4th guy. Okay, so who runs the stack? That's right, the number 2 guy does. So number 2 guy runs the stack. He's holding on to the number 1's kit or his shoulder or something like that because he doesn't want the number 1 guy to go in by himself, because as we all know, singleton CQB sucks. You want to have another cat in there, at least 1. The technique works best with 4, but certainly it can work with 2. So he's got his hand on this guy until he has enough combat power to conduct what he wants. He does a quick look behind him to make sure he's got that combat power. He does in this case, and he'll give the number 1 man a squeeze. Please do so. Without moving anywhere, Door has his rifle ready to go at any threat at the front of the door here. He'll take a pregnant pause so the number 2 man and the number 3 man can hold their rifles how they want to get ready to infill the room, okay? And then as he starts moving, we want to reach simultaneity, all our men going through the portal as quickly as possible. And we'll break down those responsibilities in just one moment. You can see here, some of our men are at a low ready, some are at a high port. I don't really care, you the viewer, how you do this, as long as you can get, again, from A to Z, complete the mission in a safe manner. Me personally, I'm gonna have my rifle closer and more contacted with me in a pocket of my shoulder and more of a low ready than a high ready here. But either will work. Now, as the number 2 man gives a squeeze, we will make entry into this room and we'll show you the responsibilities therein. All right, let's talk about responsibilities in the room. As the 1 man comes in, he's gonna decide which way he wants to go. Everything being equal here, the door was open. He decided to go in a button hook. He clears his corner immediately, and he goes to his point of domination up on the wall. He takes 2 corners, 1, 2. There he plants his flag. That's his point of domination. His primary sector of fire comes all the way to this corner where the number 2 man will be momentarily. And he comes back over to unknowns and whatever else needs to happen. Once that is finished, he turns to find work. Everything being equal, there is no more work in this room. He'll lower his rifle and start looking for work, as in going into the stack to the next room of the structure. Number 2 guy makes entry, snapshot, clears his immediate threat, clears his corner. His primary responsibility is all the way to the number 1 man's 1 meter off that man, which translates into about a foot off his rifle barrel. Now, again, when number 2 man, primary sector of fire is here, he comes back to secondary sector of fire here. Any unknowns that are in the room, when he finds there is nothing and everything being equal again, nothing else is here, he finds work. Most likely, he's gonna come back to the door he entered and get ready to get on the stack and further clearing of the structure. The number 3 man comes in, takes a snapshot, goes opposite the man on the way in front of him. He also clears his immediate sector. As he does so, he sees this as a center-fed room. He splits this room in half, starting left of the center room, and it collapses primary to the number 1 man's rifle, secondary all the way to the number 2 man's rifle. Again, he's gonna stay off the wall and slide in right about here. He doesn't want to come into the center of the room at all. Number 4 man, he comes into the room. He goes opposite the man in front of him. His snapshot tells him this is a center-fed room. He takes care of anything that's right in front of him as immediate threat. He takes this room and splits it in half, overlapping to the right, moving to his left, collapses his primary sector of fire to here, secondary to there. Once there's nothing left in this room, he finds work. In this case, he turns immediately to the portal and gets ready to be the #1 man. Before we close here, I want to thank John from Method Endeavors. I want to thank Forrest from Redacted for helping us out on this video. They're going to help us out on videos in the future as well. Today we covered center fed room using 4 men in the points of domination technique. We talked about the responsibilities in the stack. We talked about the responsibilities inside the structure, inside the room. And we talked about primary sectors of fire, secondary sectors of fire. We talked about staying off the wall, staying out of the middle of the room. And we also talked about finding work. If you like what you saw, subscribe, like it, share it with some other folks like these good Americans here. Ring that bell when you want to get fed by Tactical Hive. Till the next time, Dutch & Company out.